Hey, peace, guys. Uh, Me again. Yeah, I guess you know who I am. I do. I'm, I'm not going to say it, but I do know who I am now for sure. Uh, well, let's put it this way one aspect of who I am. One aspect, because there are several aspects of a soul being reincarnated to where it gets to the end, to where everything kind of comes together and shines. So I am more than one soul. I am more than been here more than once. Um, anyway, I want to let the people know in here in Southwest Colorado. In uh, where is it? Oh, of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. I've lost a lot of stuff. It's not lost. It's just misplaced in my overall scheme of everything, because your soul is a part of everything, so you haven't lost anything. It's just at a greater distance away from you than you are from it right now. It's like the distance between the sun and the earth. That's a great distance, but if you get too close to the good godliness, you'll burn up. But when you burn up, what happens? It becomes moisture and it falls back down. The soul gets reborn again as we go through our trials and troubles and burnings, and that's all it means, is you're burning away the chaff, right? Oh, the clipote, the hard stuff, right? Ignacio, to the Native Americans, I heard Rachel's cry when I was in Ignacio at your museum in Ignacio. Two things happened to me while I was there. The first thing was, when I was going through the museum, there's a bowl. There's a bowl in one of the, when you first go in, right? When you first go in and you're walking around the, um, oh, it's a big setup of how the Native Americans used to live. They have a travois on a horse, they have a teepee, and they also have a separate, smaller teepee out there for the mikveh. For the, I'm sorry, not for the mikveh, but for the ritual purity of the women, that they would spend time in that away from the men. There is one set up in the museum, and that's the same thing the Navajos do. And when I came out of that museum, there is an ancient bowl. It's an old bowl. It's over 1,000 years old. Rachel, I heard her cry. When I came by that bowl, I heard the crying. I heard it. And I went up to the person who's in charge and I said, "Is there an electronic gadget here or something? Because, man, I heard the crying when I went by that bowl. How does it work?" He said, "There isn't anything there." I went, "What? I'm losing my mind. What do you mean there's nothing there?" There wasn't. That's the spirit of Rachel crying for her children. And when I was in the casino out there, I ran across a Native American. He was bloody, and he was in the gift shop. And I came up to him and I looked at him and I said, "What happened to you?" He says, "Oh, that's just life on the reservation." And I said, "Oh man." And I gave him a big hug, and it felt like one of my kids. It felt like one of my children. It did. It felt like one of my kids. And I was hugging on him. I said, "It'll be all right." He says, "Thank you for saving me. You've saved us." Vayahi. Vayahi. Okay? Read the portion of Vayahi. When he wakes up and he looks and he says, "Who are these? Who are they? Who are they? I don't know who they are." The Native Americans here, those are my children. Those are my children. Those are my children. And God's calling them home. God's calling them home. They're part of Him. The Native Americans, the Cherokee. Specifically, He showed me the Cherokee, and He showed me the Navajo, Lakota Sioux. I apologize. I can't remember all of you. There's 5. There's 5 of you who are righteous tribes. 5 civilized tribes. God will reveal to me the other names and I will post them. I don't mean to leave anyone out because I'm not. You're all my kids. You're my kids. Come home. Come home. Come home. That's what God's telling me to tell you. You're my children. You're coming home with me. You're coming home. He misses his children. And the others have been jealous of you. And they say, no, they're not mine. Yes, they are. According to Vayahi, those are the ones he says, who are these? Who are these? That's it. You are my children. And God's calling you home. Akiva, now I know why we're connected and what we've done and what we're correcting. It will be done. Please get a hold of me as soon as you can. Peace, guys.